Tank is a name that intimidates any boxer stepping into the ring with him. Known for his raw power, lightning speed, and ability to end fights with a single punch, Davis has built an almost mythical reputation in boxing. But here's something that often gets overlooked: his incredible training method. While fans rave about his knockout style, the truth is that his preparation behind the scenes is just as jaw-dropping as his performances under the lights.
I'm gonna beat his ass for y'all talking.
Shit. Wait,
for real, so y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all this me and you, fool.
A recent video of Davis went viral, giving fans a rare glimpse into what makes him so dominant. In the clip, Davis is seen working with a medicine ball, but not in the way most people would typically. Athletes use the ball by slamming it against a wall or the ground to work on core strength. Davis, however, adds his own twist, making the exercise significantly harder and far more impressive. In the video, he tosses the ball around with two other people, turning a standard workout into something that looks more like a battle of reflexes, balance, and power. It's a spectacle that left fans amazed and sparked plenty of conversation online.
There's a rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight Raya.
Assesses by his opponents. We saw what he did in what he called the best knockout of his career, as he took advantage of Leo Santa Cruz going to the well once too often with the right hand and eating a left uppercut for the 20.
One fan summed up the feeling perfectly by commenting, "I don't know what he's training, but the results speak for themselves." Another took a playful jab, saying, "That's the toughest opponent he's fought." To be fair, it's not just admiration, there's a mix of awe, humor, and curiosity about what Davis does in the gym. After all, the results are undeniable: 30 wins, 28 knockouts. That kind of record isn't just handed out, it's earned through relentless hard work, and as the video shows, some seriously innovative training techniques. What makes this exercise in Davis's training overall so important is its focus on the core. For boxers, the core is everything. It's the source of power for punches, the anchor for balance, and the shield against those devastating body shots.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at 9.
I'm telling you saying you going down in a 9th?
Davis knows this better than anyone, both as someone who delivers brutal body blows and as someone who's had to withstand them. His workouts aren't about looking good for the cameras, they're about making sure his body can handle the punishing realities of boxing. The training video also offers a glimpse into why Davis is so explosive in the ring. His power doesn't just come from brute strength, it's a combination of technique, speed, and precision. The way he moves that medicine ball reflects the kind of control he has over his body, a control that translates into those fight-ending punches we've all come to expect. Watching him train is like watching a master craftsman at work. Every move has a purpose, and every detail matters.
This Cobra, this is a guy that really, he can punch, and a mistake can cost you. Of course, 2 undefeated lefties.
Yeah, only averages 34 punches per round. The distance and gave him a very, very good.
But while the video had fans buzzing about Davis's work ethic, it also reignited an old debate: is his dominance in the ring purely the result of his talent and hard work, or has favorable matchmaking played a role? Some critics argue that Davis hasn't always faced the toughest opponents. They point out that his record, while impressive, might not tell the whole story. But whether you believe that or not, there's no denying that Davis puts in the work. His training methods alone are proof that he doesn't take anything for granted. Speaking of opponents, Davis is currently at the center of some serious drama regarding his next fight. He's scheduled to defend his WBA lightweight world title against Lamont Roach on March 1st in Brooklyn, New York. Or is he? That's the big question right now. Just before Christmas, Davis sent shockwaves through the boxing world by posting on Instagram, "The fight is fucking canceled naturally." This threw fans, analysts, and even his opponent into a state of confusion.
Are you doing anything different as far as training going into this fight versus your other fights?
I do something different every training camp. I make the workload harder. Obviously, this is a 3-division world champ. And we gotta train. We gotta train like we fight one of the best fighters ever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna do.
It's so intimidating, isn't it? When he's coming at you like this, it's just
Lamont Roach, however, didn't seem too bothered by Davis's announcement. In fact, he responded with a level of confidence that caught everyone's attention. Shortly after Davis's post, Roach shared a video of himself shadowboxing, looking sharp and ready. He followed it up with a statement on Instagram saying he said that, "Not me. I'm locked in, ain't changed." March 1st, Brooklyn. Anthony Roach's message was clear he's focused, and he's not letting Davis's words throw him off his game. Adding to the mystery, Roach's father and trainer, Lamont Roach SR, told reporters on Boxing Day, "We haven't heard anything."
DC and Baltimore guys don't like each other. You know what I mean? So it was a DC guy that I got into it with.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So one of the older guys named Dana, he basically told me chill out. Like,
as far as I'm concerned, the fight is still on. Nothing has changed on our end. It was a bold statement and one that suggested the Roach camp was fully prepared regardless of the uncertainty surrounding the fight. Meanwhile, Davis has been uncharacteristically quiet since his initial post. He hasn't clarified whether the fight is truly off or if his comments were made in frustration or as part of some promotional strategy. Boxing, after all, is no stranger to mind games and last-minute twists. But for fans eagerly awaiting the bout, the silence has been maddening.
it's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know, son. His father was up here shaking on the what's his name. He was shaking on the
Thank everybody that played a part in it. My team, Roberto Diaz, Gary Jonas.
on my kids, he was shaking on his hand. On my kids, he was shaking. How you gonna say it's cap? And it gotta be. You gonna say it's cap? I'm watching it. Gotta be.
Very much going according to what I guess a lot of their experts claim that one would think.
Then, on New Year's Day, there was a glimmer of hope. Davis's promotional company, GTD Promotions, posted a New Year's graphic featuring Davis and the words "See you March 1st." This was the first real indication that the fight might still be on. Fans latched onto this small piece of news, hoping it meant that the highly anticipated matchup was back on track. Still, no official announcement has been made, leaving
DC and Baltimore don't fuck with each other.
Yeah, they don't. One thing about it, the city gonna show up for me.
The timing of all this couldn't be more interesting. Davis is coming off a year filled with big wins, and a fight against Roach would be the perfect way to kick off the new year. For Roach, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Taking on someone like Davis is no small task, but the reward, a world title and a chance to shock the boxing world, makes it worth the risk.
No one's been able to solve Tank Davis. What do you need to do together with you and your team and obviously your son to score that victory?
We got a game plan. We're going to execute it, and we're going to get the
Move ahead, bob and weave.
Both fighters have so much to gain, and that's what makes the uncertainty surrounding the fight so frustrating. But this is not the only training Tank is under. Just a few days ago, he posted another video that left fans talking. He looked absolutely ripped, even though his fight with Lamont Roach is still 3 months away. Normally, fighters ease into their training camps, especially with so much time left before fight night. But Davis? He's already looking like he's in peak condition, and the internet is losing it.
My whole family's from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. Yeah.
Videos from a recent press event only added fuel to the fire. Davis posed confidently for the cameras, showing off a physique that's got everyone talking. One fan couldn't hold back and commented, "Lamont Roach is in trouble. Davis is in shape right now." Another chimed in with, "Tank is looking insane." The reactions kept pouring in, with one fan pointing out his shoulders look big and strong, while another excitedly remarked, "That champ in shape, it's up." Fans are clearly fired up, and it's not hard to see why. Davis isn't just showing up to win, he's sending a message loud and clear he's ready to dominate.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee he pay for it. I guarantee it.
Let's not forget about Lamont Roach, the man who will be standing across the ring from Davis on fight night. Roach is no pushover. As the reigning WBA super featherweight champion, he's carved out his own impressive path in boxing. The WBA even granted him special permission to move up in weight and challenge Davis for his lightweight title while holding on to his super featherweight strap. That's a rare opportunity and a clear sign that Roach is seen as a legitimate contender, not just another name on Davis's record. Roach earned his super featherweight title in a hard-fought battle against Hector Luis Garcia in November 2023, winning by split decision.
Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good again. I'm saying.
He then successfully defended the belt in June against Fury McCallum. Now, with this move up in weight, Roach has the chance to join the ranks of 2-weight world champions, a list that already includes Davis. It's a historic moment for Roach, and he's got everything to fight for. Davis, on the other hand, is no stranger to making history. Before his current reign as the WBA lightweight champion, he held both the IBF and WBA super featherweight titles. His transition to lightweight was anything but smooth, yet he rose to the occasion. In November 2023, Davis was elevated from regular champion to full WBA world champion when Devin Haney vacated the belt. His first defense of that title came in June, where he delivered an 8th-round knockout of Frank Martin, reminding everyone why he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the game.
I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal.
Brilliant. Of course he wants it.
Fans have been hoping to see Davis face Vasily Lomachenko in what would be a blockbuster unification clash. Talks between the two camps began earlier this year, sparking excitement across the boxing world. Lomachenko, known for his technical brilliance, seemed like the perfect challenge for Davis, whose power and explosiveness have made him nearly unbeatable. A Davis-Lomachenko fight would have been a classic matchup: speed versus power, precision versus ferocity. But those dreams came crashing down in July. Negotiations abruptly fell apart when Lomachenko decided to step away from boxing. His manager, Aegis Kuz, explained that Lomachenko wasn't in the mood to fight Davis right now and wouldn't return to the ring until 2025.
Boxer. But everybody be talking shit to Gervonta, it don't be coming out good for them, my nigga. I'm just keeping it real.
He obviously a superstar, but just because it's who he is, this don't change no program that I got going on. I'm here to win. I've been coming to win, and I think the same result will happen on December the 14th.
This announcement left fans disappointed and confused. Reports had suggested that an agreement was already in place, but top-ranked President Todd Dubois later clarified that the talks never went beyond the initial stages. There was no concrete deal, just a framework for what could have been. The collapse of the Lomachenko fight meant Davis had to look elsewhere for his next opponent, and Lamont Roach stepped up to the plate. While Roach might not have the star power of Lomachenko, he's a fighter with a lot to prove. Moving up in weight to challenge a powerhouse like Davis is a bold move, but it's also a risky one. Roach's style is more calculated, relying on skill and strategy rather than overwhelming power. Against someone like Davis, who can end a fight with a single punch, Roach will need to bring his absolute best.
Yeah, but again, they pick and choose, so it is what it is. And again, the media like to hate him too, so I'm going to catch a lot of that backlash too, but it is what it is. I ain't really studying that too much. I'm not worried about narrative. I'm worried about what I can do in the ring.
All right, brother. All right. For Davis, this fight is another opportunity to solidify his legacy. At just 29 years old, he's already achieved so much, but he's hungry for more. Every fight is a chance to remind the world why he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the sport, and judging by his current shape, he's not taking Roach or anyone lightly. His dedication to staying in top condition, even months away from fight night, speaks volumes about his work ethic and mindset. As fans eagerly count down the days to March, the excitement is only building. The clash between Davis and Roach isn't just about titles, it's about two fighters with different styles and paths colliding on one of boxing's biggest stages. Davis, with his knockout power and swagger, represents the pinnacle of boxing's modern era. Roach, with his technical skills and determination, embodies the grit and hunger of an underdog ready to shock the world.
The back have to get the shot. Everyone stay down. Thank you.
Right up to the same guys right here, right there, face to face. He's like that banging guy.
For someone with a record as dazzling as Davis's 8-3-0-0 record, with a knockout rate of over 90%, it's almost baffling how much criticism he receives, but it's there, and it's loud. From fans questioning his consistency to analysts scrutinizing his willingness to fight the best, Davis is no stranger to being under the microscope. And if there's one voice that's consistently chimed in on these debates, it's Showbiz the Adult, a popular boxing commentator who has never shied away from offering his take on Tank's career. Showbiz has called Davis one of the most skilled fighters of this generation, even going so far as to say that his approach to fights is something truly special, something rarely seen in boxing history. But despite the glowing praise, there's a lingering frustration in his words. He's quick to point out that Davis's career decisions, whether it's the opponents he chooses, the gaps between his fights, or the lack of a clear long-term strategy, are holding him back. For someone of Davis's immense talent, the expectations are sky high, and Showbiz, like many others, wants to see him soar even higher.
Takes for you? Is that all it takes? Just a little comment?
Nah, but that's what I want though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you're going out.
It always go like this. It always go like this.
Nah, what I'm saying, you just said you feel like you going out.
They go to sleep.
I don't want you to feel like you going out.
His team has t-shirts with "Who you gonna call?" Well, Martin says he's gonna spoof the entire division and put it on notice by recording the upset.
The comparison to Shakur Stevenson is particularly interesting. Showbiz clearly holds both fighters in high regard, expecting the same hunger and ambition from Davis that he sees in Stevenson. Yet it's not just about matching Shakur's drive, it's about living up to the standards set by legends of the sport, the likes of Roberto Duran and Manny Pacquiao. And this is where the criticism really starts to sting. Duran and Pacquiao are iconic not just because of their skills, but because of their relentless pursuit of greatness. They didn't just dominate one division, they moved up, took risks, and chased the toughest challenges. Pacquiao, in particular, became a champion across 8 weight divisions, a feat that remains unmatched. Showbiz laments that Davis, with his extraordinary power and craftiness, hasn't adopted that same mindset. Imagine Tank chasing glory at welterweight or calling out names like Teofimo Lopez and systematically dismantling every big name in his path. That's the kind of ambition fans long to see.
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like, I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
It's not that Davis hasn't shown flashes of this daring spirit. He began his career as a super featherweight, claimed titles, and then climbed to lightweight and light welterweight. His 2021 bout against Mario Barros at 140 lbs was a significant step, showcasing his ability to compete and win outside his comfort zone. But instead of building on that momentum, Davis returned to the lightweight division, seemingly content to stay there. This lack of a clear trajectory is what frustrates many observers. Critics argue that Davis has the tools to become an all-time great, but greatness isn't just about talent, it's about mindset. Pacquiao didn't have Davis's raw power, but he had an unshakable determination to prove himself against the best, no matter the odds. Duran's fearlessness and versatility became the stuff of legend. For Davis, who has the natural gifts to stand among them, it's the perceived lack of ambition that stings. As Showbiz puts it, Davis could be remembered as one of the greatest if he simply embraced that mindset of total domination.
Yes, indeed, man. I watched a few of your amateur fights, right? I didn't know that you and Tank fought many years ago as well, man. And I saw that, man. It was a close fight, man. It was a JO 2011.
Yeah.
I was battling back and forth, brother. See, these boys look like pros as amateurs.
Cryptic cancellation message and Davis's recent comments about retiring before 2026 have only deepened the concern over his career. If Tank is already thinking about hanging up his gloves, what does that mean for his legacy? Is he satisfied with what he's accomplished, or is there still a burning desire to do more? For fans, these are unsettling questions, and for critics like Showbiz the Adult, it's a worrying sign that Davis might not fully realize his potential. Then there's the question of matchmaking. While Davis's resume boasts big wins and incredible knockouts, some argue that he's been too selective in his choice of opponents. Where are the blockbuster fights against the likes of Devin Haney vs. Lomachenko or Shakur Stevenson? Why hasn't Davis consistently sought out the toughest challenges? These are the kinds of questions that keep popping up, and they're not going away anytime soon.
Who has some of the best footwork you will ever see, Joe, who's good at using the jab, the counter. Is an amazing athlete, was an all-state wrestler, a football player.
Showbiz isn't alone in his frustrations. The broader boxing community has often echoed similar sentiments. They admire Davis's skills, marvel at his power, and celebrate his success. But they also want more. They want to see him take the kinds of risks that define a legacy. They want to see him move up in weight, chase undisputed titles, and fight the absolute best time after time. That's what the greats did, and that's what they expect from someone as gifted as Tank. For now, the immediate concern is whether the fight with Lamont Roach Jr. will happen. If it does, it's another opportunity for Davis to silence his critics, at least temporarily. Roach is a capable fighter with his own ambitions, but he's stepping into the ring against one of the most dangerous punchers in the sport. A dominant win for Davis would remind everyone of his undeniable talent, but even a victory might not be enough to quiet the calls for him to aim higher.
Consider you and Gervonta friends?
Friends? Probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Oh, true. Okay.
As it stands, Davis finds himself at a crossroads. His talent is unquestionable, his achievements impressive, but the lingering doubts about his career decisions and future plans continue to cloud his legacy. The critics, led by voices like Showbiz the Adult, aren't going anywhere. They see what Davis could be: a fighter who not only dominates but dares to take on all comers, who chases greatness with the same ferocity he brings to the ring. The question is whether Davis sees it too, and if he does, will he act on it before it's too late? Only time will tell, but for now, the scrutiny remains. What do you think? And what do you think of Tank announcing his retirement while he still has fights to deliver? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates.